everybody. I think I'm gonna label this the video about nothing because I actually have no idea what I'm gonna talk about, except for that a lot is going on in the world right now and I haven't posted in a long time, so I thought that I should check in with you. As far as the ESL industry goes, well, all of us ESL teachers have known about the coronavirus for a while because our students have been dealing with it for so long, and now it's here in the United States and Canada and everywhere. I have my thoughts, but I'm going to leave political aspects and conspiracy theories and all of these things out of this. I'm just going to say it's a really scary time right now. So, I hope that you're all doing well. And as far as the ESL industry goes, it's also scary. At first, when this happened, I thought, well, I'm just so super thankful, and I'm still thankful for what my job is because I can work from home and I don't have to worry about that. However, for the last couple weeks, my bookings that I have never had an issue with in basically 3 years minus the 2 months it took me to build up my schedule has not been booking fully. And I think a couple things are responsible for making that happen. One is that brick and mortar teachers, of course, are not working right now, so they are quite possibly picking up more classes. Number two is China is just now getting to the other side, so they're now allowed to go outside. And I think a lot of people are probably doing other things other than taking extra English classes. And number three, there's quite possibly the reason that they haven't been working for almost 4 months, and maybe they don't have the money to pay for English classes right now. So all of these are contributing factors, but my schedule is sparse. I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. So if this is happening to you, you know you're not alone. Because this has never happened to me before, and it's very scary. My income's literally cut about a third of what I am used to getting. And I'm opening up the slots, but there's nothing I can do about it, so I'm just trying to remain calm. And then I thought, well, I'll go open up more classes at Cambly because it's always my last resort, right? Like, I don't really love working at Cambly by any means, but it's there. And I had to open up priority hours 2 weeks in advance. That was 2 weeks ago. So today is going to be my very first time teaching at Cambly since all of this started, since the shelter-in-place order was issued in Chicago and in Michigan 2 weeks ago. So now I went on there this morning just to check my schedule and stuff and see what was available. There's no priority hours. So luckily I have some students because I've been doing Cambly so long, so you can also just open up reservations, and if the reservations book, you still have work. So we'll see how that goes. I just opened up like 2 hours each day after VIP Kid for some extra money because I still need to pay my bills just like everyone else. And as an independent contractor, they have announced that you can file for unemployment, but I'm a bit confused about what all that entails. Yes, my income was cut down, but I still have the ability to work, and so there's conflicting information out there, and I'm not entirely sure how all that works, so I'm just trying to figure out how to make ends meet while I'm not getting the hours I was, and I don't have a job, and right now is not really like an ideal time to go out and get a job unless you want to work at a grocery store. So anyway, with that being said, it's scary in every industry right now, ESL included. On another note, just a personal note, since you guys are also incredible and kind of following my journey, is that I did move back to Michigan, where I'm from, because as you know, I was in Chicago and I am from a very small town. And I saw all this coming ahead of time. My lease originally went until November, which we were just going to, finish up the lease and then see what happened. But when all of this started happening, I mean, it really crossed my mind that martial law could go into effect. And I thought, what's going to happen if I'm in this little tiny apartment with my kids in the city, in one of the most dangerous cities in America? Like, I just really don't want to be here during that. Um, and so I made the decision to come back home, and the universe and God made a way for that to happen. And I actually got home literally 1 hour before the shelter in place order was issued in Chicago. And at that point, I didn't know how closely they were going to monitor that, or if they were literally going to block streets off or what. And so it was scary, but we ended up moving 1 day prior on my now 14-year-old son's birthday, so we didn't really get a birthday.
Beautiful.
But we got out of there before that happened, and then 2 days later, it was either 2 days or 3 days later, they issued the shelter in place in Michigan. But now I'll show you some clips of where I'm at now compared to being in the middle of Chicago, surrounded by big buildings. And just last week, they closed all of the parks, and along Lake Michigan, where we would walk and hike and stuff, people can't even go there now. And we didn't have a balcony or anything at our apartment, so we literally wouldn't have been able to go outside. So I cannot tell you how filled with gratitude I am to be back home, because I have a yard. It's not a huge yard, but we are literally surrounded by cornfields here, which right now is phenomenal. And I used to make fun of my town for that stuff. I used to just say, nobody ever leaves here. And I just have to say that my opinions on a lot of things have changed in my short 4-month journey in Chicago. So I've learned a lot of life lessons, and I could not be happier to be back in my little hick town in Michigan. I am very happy. It's not entirely safe now. My mom, my aunt, my sister-in-law, they're all in the medical industry, and I'm very I don't want to use the term scared. I'm not scared because I walk by faith and not by sight and all of that. But it's nerve-wracking, I guess, because I don't really want them on the front lines, especially my sister and my mom both have asthma, and my mom's obviously older. And so, just a lot of praying going on, and a lot of just trying to remind myself that it will be okay. And I'm trying to see the positive in all of this. And so I guess maybe the point in my video would be to remind you of some of the positive in all this. And I'd love to, if I have the time. I definitely have the time. I'll go through and find some clips of some of my favorite Facebook posts. I quit posting things on Facebook probably that are negative or that even pertain to the coronavirus, really. Because probably like a lot of you, I was trying to warn people ahead of time because I think we all saw this coming. But everybody else we know didn't. And at this point, although I'm kind of like, I told you so, it doesn't matter because it's here. And I'm just really sick of, I can't even watch Trump's addresses anymore. Again, trying not to, I'm going to leave political stuff out, but yeah. I can't be on Facebook in general just without it bringing down my whole frequency and demeanor. And so I have made a sort of promise to myself to only post positive things. But anyway, there are a few things that are going on in the world, mostly pertaining to how the earth is healing. And I'm very excited about that. Like, I will post some articles and pictures in this video somewhere to show you if you haven't seen them. But I saw something like all these monkeys running in the streets in Thailand. And just yesterday in Grand Rapids, there was a herd of deer Grand Rapids is not a huge city, but it's still a city, like in someone's front yard in a neighborhood. It's crazy. There's dolphins back in the canals in Italy and Venice. There's, what else did I see? There's deer all over the place in Japan. There was another. Anyway, there's just been posts like that all over. There's a sea turtle one. The animals are thriving, okay? The earth is thriving. She's just saying thank you so much. And so I think if we can view the positive in this, there's that the earth is healing. That's a great thing. It's much needed. I mean, let's be honest, humans have been living incredibly irresponsibly for a long time. And so in that aspect, this is a good thing. In another aspect, I think it's bringing a lot of people back to what's important, being family, and a lot of things that we were not putting first because we had to work, we had to pay bills, and now they just stripped that away from most people. And so you ultimately don't have a choice other than to be with your family and to find other things to do other than whatever you were doing before that wasn't that. So as far as my family goes, and again, I'll post some clips and some videos. I watch the sunrise every morning in between classes, and that's really incredible here. I'll put that in here somewhere. We've been doing a lot of cooking with my kids. I am homeschooling them because where I live, well, for one, we were in between the school in Chicago and Michigan, so they were unenrolled from Chicago, and if I'm completely honest, I withdrew them from school a week and a half before this whole pandemic hit because I saw it coming, and I didn't want them in school at that point. So I already had withdrawn them from school. So they've been being homeschooled, and they already withdrew from the school in Chicago, and they weren't enrolled here yet, so I'm just homeschooling them, doing what I can do. So there's that. We spend a lot of time outside now that the weather is getting nicer. And because I live in such a rural area, we are able to go to my parents' house on nice days and we sit outside 6 feet apart. But like yesterday, we were able to go. The boys went fishing. They rode the golf cart around. There's like these trails in their backyard. And we had dinner together, but apart, right? So we did some brisket on the fire. We did everything outside, and we were still together, but we were apart, so it was safe. I just think that kind of stuff, it's good. It's good for us to slow down. It amazes me. I've only been to the grocery store twice since all of this happened because, like I said, when I knew that it was going to happen here for certain, I was one of the people who went and stocked up. Because I thought there was a possibility that I wouldn't be able to leave my house or apartment depending on what had happened, because at that point I didn't have subleasers yet. And if I couldn't leave for 3 or 4 months, I needed to make sure I could feed my kids, right? So I went and I bought 2 carts full of stuff from Aldi, stuff I wouldn't normally buy, canned goods and stuff, but this was before everybody else was doing it. And I bought extra toilet paper for my parents and my siblings and stuff like that, just so that we had what we needed. Now, the last 2 times that I've gone to the grocery store, I've realized that there's never any flour. What else is out? That's yeast. Things that people actually bake stuff with. Like, we've become a society where instant is better, where people do fast food or people will buy processed TV dinners or things like that just because it's easier. And now when I go to the store, you can't find flour and you can't find yeast. Like a month ago, a lot of people didn't know what that was or how to even use it, and now you can't find it anywhere. So I kind of think that's cool because people are learning how to cook things homemade, which is so much healthier and better for you. People are actually buying plants and planting gardens again. And I mean, if you really think about the world, man, we spend so much food, time, gas, just going to a grocery store. What if there weren't grocery stores? Then what? So what if everybody did have a small garden and you just shared with each other? I mean, we could all eat for free, close to free for the cost of water and seeds. But we don't do that. That's not how we live anymore. So I really think some of these things are good. I think it's great to play board games with the kids to show them what that is like, because that's how our childhood was, and it's eye-opening for them. That in itself is education, I think. So there are good things coming out of this, although scary. I spend a lot more time journaling, a lot more time writing. I sit on my sun porch. I'm so excited about this house. Like, it's mostly exciting because I'm paying less for this entire house with all the space in the yard than I was for my little tiny apartment in Chicago. So I'm really filled with gratitude for that we have space again, that I can go for walks, we can go outside, we can ride our bikes. Like Saturday, I think it was Saturday. The days are just moving so much more slowly now. Saturday, I think it was, we went hiking, and we can do that. We're on the other side of Lake Michigan now where there's not people. And we went out to my favorite hiking spot, and we did see a couple other families, but everyone was so far apart that it didn't matter where we went. We didn't have to wear masks. And it was just a great day in the sun, just me and my kids. And I think we really value that now, just being able to do simple things like that. So anyway, like I said, this video is kind of about nothing. I'm just rambling, but I just wanted to check in with you guys. I still have this channel. Like, nobody from ESL is really posting anything because there's not a whole lot to say right now other than, shoot, you know, like, we're not getting booked either. And things are just really tough for everybody. So I think maintaining good vibes and positivity are huge, and just recognizing some good in any of this. I have a lot of negative things I could say, and a lot of things that I think are not being done properly, and a lot of things I disagree with, but I think we all do, and everyone has opinions, and so that doesn't really belong on my channel. But I wish you all the best. I wish you all safety and health, and check in. Let me know how you're doing, how your bookings are. What are you doing to supplement? Are any of you working real jobs, like other than brick and mortar teachers that have, you know, time off now? Are any of you actually nurses? Are you doctors? Because we have everybody in this industry. And what are you doing differently? What have you learned from this? I want positive things. Let's fill up the comment section with positive things just to lift other people up. And thanks for checking in, and thanks for following me. And I will try to find some valuable information to post. If you guys have any suggestions for me, leave those in the comments too, because I'd love to be making more videos, but unless I go an entirely different direction with my channel right now, I'm not really sure what I can post that's going to benefit all of my ESL subscribers. So unless you're really happy hearing this positive stuff, I mean, I can teach y'all how to like meditate and to like do that kind of channel, but I don't really want to change the entire direction of my channel. I've been like au natural for a really long time, as far as like making my own lotion, deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, things like that, and food items and whatnot. So, I mean, I could teach you guys how to do that kind of stuff. Maybe we could do some cooking lessons or something if you really want to. But I don't know. Leave a comment. Let me know what I can talk about, what I can show you. Maybe you just want to see my sunsets since they're so beautiful, or sunrises, or I don't know. Anything that I can do to make you guys smile during this tough time. All right. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, hit that like button. You can share it if you want to. Try to stay positive, try to smile, try to reach out to somebody. I really find that helping someone, anyone, through any tough time really also helps you more than anything else. So try to reach out to your communities in any way that you can. And that's all I've got for today. So take care, everybody. Bye.